Okay, here we go. Last lesson of this series of surface area and volume. So we're looking at volume to finish up here. We know our general equation that we're going to use is finding the area of the base, multiplying it by the height. So right now we're going to go back, throwback Thursday a bit here, to arranging the formulas. So we know some information, but not all information. How do we rearrange a formula to solve for what we know? So I think you're really going to love this part. So what I want you to do actually on this one is, before you watch this video, I want you to pause it, and I want you to look at this handout. I want you to give it a try. Before you watch the video, just try it and see if you can do it. See what you got before watch this video, and then look back on this video to see if you did it right. Okay, so pause it right now. Pause it. Pause it. Did you pause it? Have you paused this video? Pause it right now and go try it on your own. Awesome. I'm proud of you. Good job for trying it on your own. How did it go? I hope it went well. We can't have a conversation because that's how this thing works, but we can try it like this. So we have a rectangular prism. So let's take a look at the things that we know when we get rolling here. I'm going to use yellow because I never use it. We got a rectangular prism and has a actually, let's use a different color. We got a volume of 500, and we've got the area of the base is 50. What is the height of the object? So let's try this out. I covered up the answer over here, so let's give her a shot. So we've got a rectangular prism. Let's draw it. I like to draw it. Okay. There we go. So a volume of 500. So the entire inside, what color can we use? All of the inside is full, and it's full. All that space that it takes up is 500 meters cubed. The area of the base, so just the bottom, the area of the base was 50 meters squared. What was the height? So let's look back up here. Volume equals area of the base times height. Volume equals area of the base. I'm just going to write it like this, times height. So in this one, let's see, what do we know? We know that the volume is 500 meters cubed. So let's write that in. 500 meters cubed equals the area of the base. We know that is 50 meters squared times, what's the height? We don't know. H, see if it'll fit in there. Okay, awesome. So now we've got stuff on both sides of the equal sign. Let's think back to algebra. What do we need to do? We need to get this. What's this called again? Variable. Well done. We need to get that variable isolated. So what are we doing to this variable? Same questions we asked before. We're multiplying it by 50. So we need to do the opposite to get rid of it. Okay, so we're going to divide by 50 meters squared. And we're going to divide by 50 meters squared because we want to do the same to both sides, right? Think of your siblings. You don't want to give one of your siblings something and not to you. You want to be equal. So we have 500 meters cubed divided by 50 meters squared. So you can type that into your calculation device. 500 divided by 50. You can also, cross out one of these zeros. Go 50 divided by 5. We've got 10. Now, what are we going to do here? We've got 10 something. What are our units going to be? Is it going to be meters cubed? Is it going to be meters squared? Is it just going to be meters? If we look here, we can go meters cubed, meters squared. How I like to think about it is I'm going to go, okay, there's 3 dividing by 2. What's left here? There's 1 left over, so it's just going to be meters. So 10 meters equals the height. Let's slide this out of the way and see how we did. Oh, look at that. Geniuses. All right. So 10 meters equals the height. The other way that you know the answer to that is because height is only measured in meters. So you don't need to get rid of it, but that's how we can think of doing it. Okay, let's take a look at this one. We've got The volume of a right triangular prism is 198 centimeters cubed and has a height of 18. What is the area of the triangular base? Oh, interesting. We got to pause for a second and look back on this. Okay, so let's take a look back at our notes from before. So we've got the area of the base in a triangular prism is base times height divided by 2. Okay, so let's just remember that. Let's just jot this down in here. So if we need it, we've got it, okay? Base times height divided by 2. Okay, let's put that in there. Base times height times 2. Okay, so what was the second part of that equation? Did anybody remember? Let's see. Maybe we should check back on our notes. Base times height times 2 times the height. Okay, base times height times, or divided by 2 times the height. That is what the volume is. I wrote that kind of messy, but let's see. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a right triangular prism. The volume is 198 centimeters cubed. So for the V, for the volume, we have, let's just rewrite this. Volume equals base times height over 2 times height of the object. Okay, so you have 198 centimeters cubed and has a height of 18 centimeters. What is the area of the triangular base? Oof, this is exciting. What are we going to do here? What do we know? We know we have base times height over 2 times 18. Now, what do we need to know here? Let's think about this. Do we need to know the base times height, or do we just need to know the area? It's saying, what is the area? So then we can just go back. We don't need all of this. It's good that we remembered all of it, but we just need our area of our base. Okay, so instead of base times height over 2, I'm just going to change this to area. I'm just going to write it like this, area of base. Okay, that's how I'm going to write it. So now we've got times 18. What is happening to our variable? We're multiplying by 18. So we need to do the opposite, divide by 18. And this is 18 centimeters, right? And divide by 18 centimeters. And so we have 198 divided by 18 is going to give us, let's move it over here, 11 equals the area of the base. What are we looking for? What is the area of the triangular base? 11. Now let's think 11 what? If we use the thing from before, centimeters, there's cubed and centimeters single. From 3 to 1, what's the difference? 11 centimeters squared. And we double check that. We know area is always squared. So 11 centimeters squared is our answer there. So we might need to use the actual equation, or we might just need to look for the area. So let's look at one more in here. Let's try green this time. A volume of a can of juice. So a can of juice like this. The volume it takes up is 120 centimeters cubed. 120 centimeters cubed. And then we'll go like this. Equals, we have the area of the base times the height. The circular base has an area of 30 centimeters squared. So we can go 30 centimeters squared. What is the height of the can times h? We don't know the h again. So one more time, what are we doing to the h? We're multiplying it by 30 centimeters squared. So we're going to divide by 30 centimeters squared divide by 30 centimeters squared. We're going to left with 120 divided by 30. Oh, man, what is going on? You can use your calculation device if you want. You could also go, okay, 0, 0, going to cross that out. Okay, now we got 12 divided by 3 is 4. Okay, so 4 equals the height for what? There's 3 centimeters cubed, centimeters squared, centimeters, just plain old centimeters. Again, we know heights are measured in just measurements. They're not cubed or squared. But also, we can see by dividing that we get rid of that. Okie dokie. Let's see. Do we gotta have another page here? No, that's it. Sadly, that's all we got. Oh, there's one thing on here. There is a happy face for you. So that is it. You've gotten through all of the recommended material for surface area and volume. Congratulations, you are amazing. Woo! You are ready. You can review your stuff, and then when you are ready, you can send me an email. You are ready to take an assessment on this. So as always, we miss you. We're thinking about you. Take care, stay safe, and well done for getting through the first unit.